Alright, I'm here to share a video that I did live on Facebook, and unfortunately I could not get it to upload, so I'm gonna do it this way. The stuff may not be as good, but this is the only way to do it, so it's a very important message for all.
Many of us who have come to guide and show people more truth, more of what is really going on. You know, there has been an illusion. There has been an illusion on many levels. I mean, this veil that has been over eyes it goes deep. There's layers and layers and layers of this veil. And there have been those of us who have come to share the truth. Many have awakened. It has been the time of awakening. And so there have been so many that have awakened during this time, pretty much since the time of 2012 and beyond. And with the past 4 years has been another humongous jump in many awakening to this time, to the truth, to what's going on, to where the world is headed, and to where we need to be. And it runs deep, as I said. The veil, the layers run so deep. And we've been here, many of us who have awakened, who remember why we're here, who chose to come here during this time. And we've remembered that we have this mission, that we're here to do this, to spread truth, to be the light, to be the hope, remind people of hope, and show what's under that veil. We've been here and we've been doing that job of exposing things, of showing the truth, and even though the truth is not pretty at all, it's still needed. There's a reason for it, that people have wakened up and seen under the veil, and we have wakened up to who we are, to expose, to show you, remember ourselves, and show that there's much more than what meets the eye. And actually, the tell-lie vision, my most unfavorite device, has done a great job of masking and taking people away from that truth. It has done its job that it was made to do, program. And so I've been advocating to get away from that thing for a long time and only use it as necessary, and that's really not really at all. Maybe to watch movies or something, but that programming is just, it has what has taken humanity off course. That's what's taken humanity off course. But those of us who know and who have been trying, and we're here to expose and show, we have been here. And I hope now that many more have awakened, and if not, then all will come to light in its own time. In divine timing, it will come to light. And sorry, I was getting a message there. And so I guess I'm here now this time. This might be my final video for a while. We're kind of at that brink, that edge of where our time frame of awakening more, the Great Awakening, these bigger events that have happened, this kind of influence that has come in and opened many, we're coming maybe to an end. Not exactly, but that time is coming to an end. Going forward, I am a prophet, and I can see outcomes. I have seen, I have had dreams, I have had visions, I can see this stuff. And what is to come in the next 24 hours, well, I guess maybe a little more day, I don't know. The outcome is not set in stone. The outcomes that could be are that T and the people come together and create a new union, create a new way, and in a sense, going back to our founding fathers' ways, and creating that, coming back to that and bringing that back, So that could be one of the outcomes, and we'll find out really tomorrow. Or today or tomorrow, within that time, if that's going to be how we go. And in that sense, we would also be coming back together as we the people. If we go the other way, then that one is not the ideal timeline at all. That is destruction, that is fallen, that is torn apart. And I will say that camps could be involved. I have had many, and I myself have had dreams of this, and I also have other psychic seers and near-death experiencers who have had the same. Camps would be involved, and a country with a big C could be involved as well. So, those are our outcomes, and there is not one set, and I know many want to believe and keep the hope alive. I want the hope to keep alive, but you also cannot be attached to a certain outcome. You cannot be attached that T and that team is going to expose and show all of this. We want that, and it is meant to be. Just like I said months and months and months ago, T was meant to win the presidency, but it may not look that way. And that's exactly what happened. It doesn't look that way, even though he did. So, moving forward, that programming, television, is telling a different story than what's going on in real life. Okay, it's telling a totally different story than real life. And that's why I say to break away from that, because you see the truth, you feel the truth when you are connected direct to our great spirit, our holy creator God, our loving source. You know the truth, you see the truth, you feel the truth. And those who have come back like me, us, we've come back to also help expose that, because sometimes people can get tricked very easily, as we can see. So here we are. We have awakened some, many, and I'm very grateful. And now, moving forward, even if the T and that group does not end up exposing, showing this is meant to happen, like I said, it is meant to happen, but will it? We just don't know. Okay? So, going forward, what really needs to be done, if you do not want to be part of this game, if you don't want to be part of this illusion, if you don't want to be part of possibly camps, I mean, you might still be, but if you don't want to be part of that program, what needs to happen is the people coming together again. This is how we create unity, community. This is how we create when we will have the new earth. We will have it, and it will happen. Okay, that's where we're going to have harmony and peace, and with this will come the world events that I've spoken of. There will be an earth shift and earth change. It will happen. That is God's will. That is God's will. The earth change and the earth shift. This other stuff is not per se God's will. I mean, it is a journey, and everybody has free will on this journey. But His will is this. His will has been prophesied, and I've seen it, and I've had the visions. And I ended up reading about it after I had the visions and saw it all. I started reading about it, and I'm like, wow, this is exactly it. If you go back to many of the Native American traditions, and actually, when I'm done with this video, I will post in this comment section the other prophecies that have been revealed about this, that yes, we will have the earth shift. It is to happen. It is called the Great Cleansing. That's what they told me it was called, the Great Cleansing. But what is going on is they're trying to stop the Great Cleansing, and instead they're trying to cause a Great Reset. That's what they're trying to interfere with God's will, is what it comes down to, and they're trying to impose, put in this Great Reset instead, and that is the whole world is under one world order. That's what they call it, the NWO, New World Order. That is them being in control and controlling all places under one, and it's them. And sadly, you cannot trust that. Even though you You want to say community and coming together. It's a great thing. I'm telling you it's a great thing. But when it comes to them controlling it, they don't care. They just want power and control, and they're about money, power, control, and that is not the way to go. That's actually taking us so far away from freedom and each other that it's the complete opposite of what God, love, the Great Spirit wants, which is love. Okay, there's the difference of the love and the fear. In love, we come together as a community. We don't shop from those big stores. We shop from each other. We are actually out of that system, and we come together, and we have our things we do. We have our, gardener, builder, maker, there are just so many, teacher, there are so many different things, and we come together. That is how we go into it, and we will have that, but it is the starting of that, okay? So it's the starting of that, and even though they're trying to interfere with it, and they might interfere, but they won't be successful. That's what I'm going to say. The evil never wins. Even though they try their damnedest, God wins in the end. And that's just the way it is. And love wins. And going in that, love versus fear, right? So there is so much confusion about what real fear is, what real love is. Love isn't putting on your mask and obeying what you're told to do. That's the complete opposite. That is being so fearful that you're listening to somebody else tell you what to do. True, what God wants, what is true is freedom. We were born free and sovereign. This word sovereign, it means free under God's law, which is free will. If there is anything that tries to take your free will, if there's anything that tries to mandate you in whatever cause, they could say it's a cause to keep everybody safe. That's usually what it is. Everybody needs to be safe. Everybody needs to do this because you'll hurt somebody else, because it could cause this and that and that. You just can't, even though you may want to believe that and think that, and your heart's in the right place, the only place that is the right place that your heart is to be is with God, is in love. And love never controls. Love is free. Love is patient. Love is kind. It doesn't control. It gives you freedom to say, if you want to think that or believe that, that's fine. But that doesn't mean I have to. But I also want to go into that's also where you have to trust that where your information is coming from. You cannot trust it from a programming device. It comes from the heart, the soul, and the pure connection of all that is pure. That is the truth. So when we're in this place of love and truly trusting and surrendering to God, to our the Spirit, the Great Spirit, when we're surrendering to that, that is where true love and comes from. And you're not afraid. You have no fear of what could be, what could happen, what could kill you, you just don't have that. You're living from a place, and your heart is in a place of peace, and saying, if it's my time to go, it is. If not, it's not. If I'm to do this, I'm to do, and it's just coming from this place of pure love and pure divine guidance of everything calm and peaceful, and it's not this kind of fear stuff. Yeah, there are things that have been what people might be scared of the truth coming out. That there is so much corruption and evil doing. That's the truth. And that can be ugly and scary. But with that being said, it can be ugly and scary, but truth is truth. And that is just the truth of it. And when you're able to see under that veil, then you can see the truth. You're better guided. You're divinely guided, and you can trust that intuition and trust your heart and trust and come from a place of love and peace. And that's really what it's about, getting to that place. And I'm going to read this here. So our outcomes could go either way. But in the end, no matter what, the true outcome is to come together. unite and come together. That is how, no matter what, we don't participate, and how we are following God's will, how we are following the will of love by coming together, not participating in a camp or in if we have the guidance that we're supposed to from T and that team, if the guidance comes through, that is a guide way for us to start the new. That's all that's meant to be, is this guide to get us back and start the new. But if that doesn't happen, we still need to come together. We still need to come together, physically together. And all this nonsense, not true nonsense, there is a VIR, you can finish the rest, us, going on. But it is not as scary and deadly as it is said to be. There might be another one that might come out that is. Who knows? They change their tactics and change the things. But it really isn't. We still need to come together. And this whole time, they've been trying to separate us more and more. That's the plan as well. Turning on your brothers and sisters, turning on your neighbors, your family, separating. Anything that causes separation or division is not true. It is not coming from love. And that's that as well. Coming together is the ultimate goal. With the guidance or with not, we still are to come together. All right. And then I'm going to read these two things, and here we go. Give away. God giveth, God taketh away. God giveth back in new form. The Native American practice of the giveaway is an exercise in gratitude and faith. In the giveaway ceremony, a family gives all of its possessions up to the rest of the tribe and the Great Spirit. The tribe then replenishes the necessities they so freely relinquished. The giveaway symbolized people's acknowledging that their possessions are not really their own. Everything belongs to the Creator. And it is up to the Creator to decide when we will receive and when we will have to give back to the universe. But God will never leave us wanting, for in taking something back from us, He will always give us something new instead. I'm happy to be able to give back to the universe even a small bit of what has been given to me. We have to know this life that we're given, it will be not taken, but it will be, we'll pass away, we'll die. And what we have left is our legacy and ourselves. And did we really, be who we are and share the truth and come from a place of love? Did we really live? It's just about living and not being afraid. Don't be afraid of something or some things or this, VIR, us going on. That's not living at all. That is so against everything God wants us to do. We're here to live. We're here to touch. We're here to feel. We're here to love, love, love. And come together as community and be together. And that's really what it's about. And everything that just goes well with what's going to happen. We don't know. We could be given this guidance or it could be taken away. But no matter what, coming together and guiding our own together is how we make the best of our time while we're here. We're getting out with the land, being with the land, getting away from the big cities, the big spots. That's also takes us away, takes the connection away from God and truly each other, because then, when you're in a big place and there's too many, you get sick of people usually, or it's just too much, and that's just too much negativity draining. It is actually to come together with the land, with each other, as the indigenous ways were. And moving on to here, it's a wonderful life. We are continually searching for truth and continually finding it in the noble actions of others. Most of us are undoubtedly familiar with what has probably become the most popular Christmas movie of all time. It's a Wonderful Life. This inspirational classic follows the path of George Bailey, a human who throughout his life has sacrificed his own desires for the betterment of others. When George finds himself facing prison and financial ruin because of the business error of his bumbling uncle, he decides to make the ultimate sacrifice of his own life to spare his family shame and make sure they receive his life insurance policy. But God, hearing the prayers of the many who love George, sends an angel to prevent him from committing suicide and to show him how much poorer a place would be the world would have been had he never been born. It's a Wonderful Life relates several eternal truths. One is that our mere presence has a vast influence on the world. Another is that by aspiring to love and compassion, not wealth and power, we acquire the riches of heaven on earth. And a third is that the angels are always listening to the most urgent pleas of our souls. I value and respect my singular presence here on earth. And that's how I'll end us today. You matter, we all matter, and we each have a role, and we're here for a reason, and we have the free will, the choice, and that's what matters as well. And so going forward, I hope to see you all soon in person, or some of you, and we can start this journey physically, and, well, together in the community. But no matter what, just always know each of you are so important and each matter, and come from a place of love, not fear, and your heart center will never guide you wrong. All right, and if you would like, I offer services at ambercelestialangel.com. Bye guys, love y'all.